Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and the the uh, the Wolverine Deadpool movie, guys. We gotta talk about this. This is just a beautiful, beautiful, well done film. I seen it during its first week. Oh, because we're on, I believe now on the second. We're on the second week now, right? Came in on Friday. That was the first weekend, and then that Tuesday, I seen it on Tuesday, the first Tuesday, because um, that was the cheaper day to get to go see the movie. So I went on it on Tuesday, at the Regal. The movie was phenomenal. If you haven't seen the movie yet, go see it. It's an amazing film. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do next, Marvel Studios, but I'll tell you right now, this film, it hits the bar, man. It hits the bar. I mean, Marvel Studios consistently always makes money for the most parts on their movies, and nobody can really deny that at this point. But you see movies like this, and these are like one of those movies where it's like, we're happy with what we're getting, but these movies are making us bank, bro. They are making us bank. This is one of those movies. I mean, a couple years ago, they did, the Spider-Man MCU third movie made a shit ton of money for Sony and for Disney. Not nearly as much as Sony. Sony got the most of it, but and these movies, man, are like, these are the movies that the MCU should be doing. I mean, these are the movies that they should be doing. And I know that the past couple of years, we've had the Marvel Cinematic Universe like kind of just dipping with some of these crap movies that they've been putting out, and they've made money, but they're not making the money that the fans really want to see. This is a movie that people really want to see. It was a phenomenal movie. You got to see. It was a tribute, really, to Fox, and even the other characters that weren't from Sony. We had Blade make an appearance. Blade was really the first Marvel character to be on the big screen. Now, he wasn't Fox. He was Cinematic Films, I believe it was. But obviously that was the only one they did, so that's why they put him there. But it was a tribute to all them. The yesteryears of Marvel, before the MCU became a thing. And I really liked that. I really liked the whole layout of everything. They really put a stamper on it. I don't know where they're going with this in the future, because spoiler alert for any of the people that didn't see the movie yet, but at the end of the movie, they basically said that the Fox universes are still there, like that Deadpool and Wolverine basically kind of saved the universes from like disintegrating, because they said that after a while, it will take 1,000 years for the universes to disintegrate because of the Hugh Jackman Logan dying in Logan, the Wolverine in Logan dying. That led to the universes starting to crumble, the Fox universe is starting to crumble. But because of what they did at the end of the movie, the universes were actually saved, and they no longer have this expiration date of their universe, crumbling. So that means the Fox Marvel universes are still in existence. Um, so, because of that, I am really curious. What is that going to mean going forward? Now, I guess some people might say it will lead to Secret Wars because they are doing a Secret Wars movie, and maybe that leads to the universes officially being destroyed, I guess, or merged. I don't know, but I just thought it was kind of interesting that they left those universes, those universes open, because I thought the Fox universes were going to be gone at the end of this movie, and they were going to go into the MCU, but they're not doing that. And of course, obviously, the Wolverine that Hugh Jackman plays isn't the actual Logan Wolverine from the Logan movie. It's a variant of Hugh Jackman in another Wolverine, and there was actually a lot of variants. So apparently, Fox had a ton of universes that we never knew about, and that Marvel just came up. Obviously, Marvel just did that, but you get the point. Hell, they even made a short Wolverine. They made a short. They CGI'd Hugh Jackman on a short guy, so they could have a comic book accurate Wolverine. I mean, they even went so far that they had a Henry Cavill Wolverine. Just to kind of, I guess, egg on DC and the crowd that was like rumoring Henry Clay as the new Wolverine. So that happened. But yeah, man, it's just, the movie was so good. We need more movies like this. And I wish we'd get more movies like this with the MCU. I mean, it's just like, there was nothing wrong with this movie. I mean, it was outlandish, because it was breaking fourth walls and stuff like that. But that's Deadpool, I mean, you get that with the territory at this point. But it was just a fun movie. A lot of action going on. Very entertaining. I mean, I didn't like that. I didn't like Johnny Storm getting killed. I was kind of upset about that. And I totally know, Deadpool, you totally made that up. You made him say that. I don't care what it said. That was I was like, there is no way that Johnny Storm said all that shit. I was like, and then they did the end scene, and I'm like, oh yeah, he actually did say all that. And I'm like, nah. Deadpool totally manipulated with the timelines for those cameras. Trick photography right there. But yeah, I mean, well, yeah, with the Fantastic Four, I mean, well, they did say it was a variant Johnny Storm. They did say it was a variant Johnny Storm, and we did see a bunch of Wolverine, so Hugh Jackman Wolverine, so it could be just a variant Johnny Storm that died. But, I mean, they didn't have any of the other Fantastic Fours from that Fantastic Four, because obviously they weren't going to bring that 2019 Fantastic Four. That Fantastic Four was horrendous. They were never going to acknowledge that shit. But the 2005 and 2007 Fantastic Four movies were. I'll still say this. I liked those Fantastic Four films. I don't care what anyone says. Those films were good. So I'm glad that they acknowledged it. The other Fantastic Four characters from those movies weren't in this movie. Some of them are just kind of not around anymore. Like they don't really do acting anymore or something like that. I think that was one of the things. I don't know, but so they just, I guess, were dead off screen already. But yeah, I was happy that Chris Evans came back as Johnny Storm. Not only people know about him as Johnny Storm anymore because he's become such a great Captain America, But, I mean, he did Johnny Storm first, and I thought he did a great job as Johnny Storm. Um, so I am happy that he got to do that again. It would be kind of interesting to see him versus Captain America, his Captain America. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is just how you do it. You see him with the Spider-Man film. You see him with this film. Bringing back the OG characters is awesome. And I don't know how much longer Hugh Jackman is going to be Wolverine for. I've made a few videos on Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I've talked about it extensively. I don't know how much more he's going to go on. I definitely think he'll be in Secret Wars. I don't know if he'll be in anything else after that. But no matter what he does, I'm really satisfied with him as Wolverine. He is the longest, obviously, superhero character in cinema. He's been the character for 24 years, and he got to wear the suit. He got to wear the mask, which he had never done. That's the one thing he had never done as Wolverine, is wear the comic book suit and mask. And he got to do that in this film. So I'm satisfied with whatever he does going forward with this character, because he has now done everything, with the character. He's done everything with the character now. If we get more films out of this with him, that's just a bonus at this point. We got to see something that we never got to see with him at this point, and that's what makes me really happy. In terms of what they're doing with Deadpool as a character, I don't know if he's going to have another solo movie at some point. This is the only MCU film that's coming out this year. We do have Venom 3 coming out, but that's a Sony Marvel film. That's not a Marvel Studios film. So we only have one other Marvel movie coming out, and it's not an MCU movie. So this is the only MCU Marvel movie that's coming out this year. So, and they went out with a bang. $1 billion, or it's about to be at $1 billion. Like, it's at already $900 million, and we're in the second week right now. This is definitely going to go over $1 billion. I think it's going to go by the $1 billion by the end of this. By the end of this week, I think we'll be over. This movie will be over $1 billion, and I think it possibly could contend with Endgame. I think there's a possibility this movie could compete with Endgame, and if not compete with Endgame, pretty close to it. I think. These are the films that Marvel's got to do. These are the films, because you can do your little weird dumb films that because there's been a lot of crap dusters that Marvel has put out for movies. They've made money, well, some of them have, but they're not making as much money as they could make because of these crappy decisions that they've made for these said movies. But when you make movies like the Spider-Man movie, for example, just a couple of years ago, and then this Deadpool and Wolverine movie, you can get billions. Okay, billions. Okay, which would you rather have? A film that's just okay, not gonna bomb because of our brand, but it's not gonna do as good, or a movie that's gonna get $1 billion? I think the standard is pretty obvious. So I want to start seeing them do more movies like this. These are the movies they need to focus on. We need more movies like this. None of this bullshit anymore. That we've been getting with Marvel lately. The biggest advantage Marvel has had, I think, is that they really haven't had significant competition in terms of superhero films. Obviously, as we know, DC has sucked with making movies as of late. Now it could change with James Gunn now at the helm. As we all know, James Gunn is at the helm, so he's developing his DC universe right now. We do have the Batman solo films, but again, that's not even part of a DC cinematic universe. That's not a DC cinematic universe. That's the problem. That's not a DC cinematic universe, though. That is, solo stuff, for Marvel or for DC. They haven't done their own cinematic universe, that's been successful. They tried and it didn't work. And we're gonna see what James Gunn can do. But right now, they during that time period when all these clunker films were being made, during Act 4, they weren't good. They weren't good films, but because of the Marvel brand, people went to go see them. But when you have movies like this coming out, I mean, it's going to be difficult for DC to compete. If DC was competing against films that were being made 2-3 years ago, man, DC probably could freaking get up on them. But now, with these movies going up like this, Wolverine, Deadpool, man, it's going to be hard for DC, even with James Gunn at the helm, to get a profit off of this stuff. I'm telling you, when people see this shit, man, it's going to be really difficult. It's going to make James Gunn's job much harder. And I know he's up for the task, but I'm just stating facts on facts right now. It's just going to be very hard for him to compete getting that $1 billion, especially when you got David Zaslav up his ass, of his old bullshit tax write-off crap. So, yeah, that's going to be really difficult. But I highly recommend, if you haven't gone seen it, but you probably should have by now, to go see that movie. Potentially see it again. I probably will go see it again just because it was just a phenomenal movie. So I'll probably make ends to go seeing it again at some point. But this movie was fucking phenomenal. And again, all the praise to everybody involved that worked on this movie and made it successful. I really can't find any real complaints that happened in the film. I probably could go through little things here and there that could be nitpicked, but I'm really not going to here because honestly, I really can't think of anything that was flawed in the movie. I mean, I'm sure there were some, cinema sins, but because there always is in films, but I can't really nitpick really on anything about this film. This film was just a fun film. It, everything. The only thing I can really say is I didn't like that Johnny Storm got killed. There you go. There's your criticism. Johnny Storm shouldn't have gotten killed, guys. I'm still mad at you, Deadpool, for that one. You got him killed. You got him killed by opening your mouth. No, man. This film was like everything. It was just a phenomenal film. Go see it. Anyways, 2 thumbs up. Comment, rate, flex, fit in my videos. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for the latest contents. Thank you. And that's it. I am the Salt McCoco. I'm out of here. Peace.